was awfully big either before you had your hits or after you had your hits, whether it be Bruce Springsteen, Southside Johnny, or any of
Frank
those groups.
Sinatra.
Yeah, Sinatra is in a class by himself. What can you say? But as far as the pop scene, the girl groups, whether it be the Shirelles or some of them, any of them have any influence on your career at all, Don?
Not directly. I think it was in the New Jersey water.
Okay.
But it's true though. There was an awful lot of talent that was coming out of that basic area, and I'm not really sure exactly what it was about that. I think it may have just been a certain time of the century and lifestyle and the way the cities were, and I don't know. And the influence of those kinds of people, or let's say the influence of the hits on the kinds of personalities that come out of the New York and New Jersey kind of metro area. I don't know. I don't know if I could be any more specific than that, but I don't remember any particular group having an influence other than. You remember groups like Jay and the Americans?
Right.
We used to back groups like that when they would do shows at an Elks Club auditorium, and our manager Jerry Davis used to hold shows like that, and then he would hire groups like Bobby Lewis, who sang "Tossing and Turning," that kind of thing, and "Carol Me On Mine." A lot of "Let's Lock the Door and Throw Away the Key Now." I'm just thinking about all these wonderful songs from back in those days, and we used to back a lot of those groups, and became friendly with those guys. And who knows? Behind the scenes, there were things going on where somebody would put in a good word for this guy or that guy. Just right now, I'm talking about certain people on public radio where. Where I'm putting in, I'm saying the things I believe about these people that I'm talking about, but it's actually like putting in a good word for people,
Oh, definitely.
So,
Now,
where the influence comes from is kind of nebulous sometimes.
have you done any of the PBS specials yet?
I knew you were going to pick up on that word, public. I have not. I believe that's
T.J. Lubinsky.
Yeah, Levinsky, right.
I
have not. I actually haven't pursued it.
Okay, because I know that they're doing a lot of that in Atlantic City, but most of it started in Pittsburgh with T.J. and Henry DeLuca.
I didn't know that.
Well, next time I talk to Henry, we'll put in the good word to get you out here.
Well, thank you. Thank you. That'd be nice.
My pleasure. Okay, we're starting to run low on time. There's a couple more questions, so we're going to skip some music and ask some more questions.
Okay, good.
Okay, talk about December 63. Bob Gaudio wrote it, and from what I understand, you didn't particularly like his original lyrics?
Yeah, Bob had found out that I had a discussion with Frankie about the lyrics to the song, "Oh What a Night," which was, as you know, you may not know, but your listeners may not know, but that was the biggest selling hit of the Four Seasons of all time. And the lyric to the song was, are you listening? Here we go. The lyric to the song was, "Oh, what a night, flappers flippin' on the floor, people hollerin' for more, pop them corks till your thumb gets sore, roll them barrels on through the door." I mean, it was one of those kinds of songs. And the whole song was about prohibition, which kids today probably don't even know what that was. But the song was about that, and it was the original title of the song was December 5, 1933. And I had a discussion with Bob about the lyric, and I said, I think this is an outdated lyric. I know you're trying to be kind of campy about it, and try to make a lyric of something that happened a long time ago be kind of a cool thing, I don't think it's hit the mark. I mean, I was pretty forward with some of my comments. He disagreed with me. We had, frankly, a pretty heated disagreement about it. You know, respectful but heated. And when that meeting was closed, I really thought that, geez, I hope I didn't say the wrong thing. I was just trying to give constructive criticism here. And by the next morning, we all got a phone call from the manager, the road manager, stating that Bob would like everybody at his house to rehearse the song with the new lyric that he and his girlfriend Judy had written for the song. Well, apparently, they stayed up all night that night and they wrote a whole new lyric.
Now, that was one of the few songs that had two different versions, because it had the disco version also, which was a little bit longer, more for the club scene, I guess. But what possessed you to do the second version of that?
Well, I had nothing to do personally with that second version. The first version of the song and the giant hit that it became happened in 1976, I think, 75. Something like that. And the next time it came out was 1995. I was well out of the seasons by then.
Okay, which leads us to our last question, or one of the last questions. How did you become a member of the Shondells, and how long were you with them?
Well, you know, Tommy and I became friends when I was one of the Four Seasons, because we did shows with the Tommy James and the Shondells. And Tommy's a wonderful guy. We became friends. Matter of fact, when I left the Four Seasons back in 1982, Tommy asked me to come by his house all the time. He said, "Come on, let's write some songs. I'm looking for a record deal." So Tommy and I wound up writing songs, and Tommy wound up, based on those songs, not based totally on those songs. Tommy's a hell of a talent, pardon me, but he wound up getting the record deal that he wanted, based partially on the songs that we wrote. And once again, I was feeling terrific about the fact that I had positive influence on each and every one of these successful bands that I joined.
Well, the original Shondells are local boys that Tommy picked up after Hanky Panky, so there's a lot of Shondell history here in the Uniontown area, which Tommy always laughs about when I talk to him on the phone. But, okay, would you mention the website one more time, Don?
The website today, with the band that I'm playing with today, which is a reincarnation of the Critters, would be thecrittersband.com. And we do versions, we do a show that encompasses all the hits of the Critters, all the hits that I was involved with the Four Seasons, all the hits of Tommy James and the Shondells, and not every single one, but it's a comprehensive show of wonderful, wonderful music. thecrittersband.com.
And there is a new CD in the works. If people go to the website, can they find anything new that you've recorded or anything like that?
I got to be honest with you, I don't handle the website. I'm not exactly sure what's up on the website available to the public right now, but there will soon be a CD available. There might still be something there, but I'm not sure.
Good enough. Okay, Don, before we let you go, we're going to have you play Disc Jockey one more time, and if you would introduce December 63, Oh What a Night. And before you do that, I want to thank you for taking the time to talk with us, and I am looking forward to doing it again.
Thank you for taking your time as well, Arnie, and thanks to the folks out there listening for being interested at all in some of these wonderful stories that I've been very fortunate to be a part of. Okay, so here comes the DJ section,
yes,
okay?
Yes.
We're going to play a song that was the biggest selling hit for Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons ever. And the lead vocals were done by Frankie Valli, Jerry Polchi, the drummer, and yours truly, Don Ciccone. Here's Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons with Oh What a Night.
Oh, what a night.
Frankie Valli of the Four Seasons with our special guest Don Ciccone doing part of the vocals on that. And our special thanks to Don Ciccone of the Critters, of the Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, and Tommy James and the Shondells for joining us today. We need to take a pause. We'll be back after these brief but very important messages. The Route 40 class